This is day 66. It's really quite remarkable that this is day 66. For 66 days I've been meditating for 1 hour every day, sometimes at night, but nonetheless every day, and doing a video. There are two themes resonating today in, through, around, and after my meditation. And this is the power of meditation, that when I meditate consistently and for a long enough period of time, I develop the skill to observe my thoughts. The side effect of meditating this long, this consistently, is that I have become unentangled from my thoughts. I have come to realize that I am not my thoughts. I have become, I have been able to realize that that my identity, my sense of self, is not my thoughts. It's pretty big. As a result of this distance that has been created between my thinking mind and the, shall I say, real mind, as a result of that distance, a lot of space has been created, and as a result, things are coming up through that openness. Yesterday I shared two things that are remaining to be very powerful revelations, big boulders that have been dislodged from my system and my psyche. And I have been observing them like a doctor, a patient on the operating table. One is the little Camille that has got my attention. I've been doing a practice that I do with my clients. I did that this morning with myself, because I realized that I had to go get that little Camille, and I had to bring her home to my heart today, because she came out in a very big way just yesterday, I think, or the day before, in which I realized, because it was brought to my attention, that I took on at a very early age the role of peacekeeper. That from a very early age, I used myself as a way to control the emotional context in my family. I used my humor to deflect and to shift people's attention. I used my tears to cause an interruption to the fighting. And I used much of my time, and to a great extent my life, working to control the emotional context in my family, because there was a lot of fighting and a lot of arguing, and as the youngest one, it touched me deeply, and I didn't like it, I didn't want it. I still don't like it, and I still don't want it. And so having this realization and having this little Camille come out and talk to me about the heaviness that she's been carrying all this time has been profound. This is something that I often do in my sessions with my clients. I can hear the little girl or the little boy in their story, and we do this process by which I take them back to go get that little girl. And I have them sit with that little person and simply listen to what that little person has to say, and then we do a process of picking that little person up and bringing them back into their heart. And so I've done that today. I've done that today because I can see still in my mature life within my family, I have contained and maintained that role, and I don't want it anymore. And I just can't even begin to tell you the weight that is being lifted from me. It is indescribable. This experience that's happening right here today, these emotional releases that I am having as a result of this understanding, this realization, and this release of this 53-year-old way of being, this 53-year-old identity of peacekeeper at any expense. It's different. It's completely different to choose to be the vibration of peace, but than what it is that I'm talking about. So this is really big, and I am grateful, so appreciative that I have this day right here, right now, to be present for this personal transformation, this personal healing. I'm so grateful that this is my life. There's got to be a reason why this is my full-time job. This is my full-time job. There's got to be a reason for it. I have a sense that this has to do with you, as it does me. The other thing that's so very big is this realization I had, the voice that communicated to me in my meditation retreat in Los Angeles, that this identity to my radio work. This is another very, very big piece. And my willingness to look at it and my willingness to acknowledge it has caused it to be amplified in my awareness. And it's big, because this has been my identity. And I have been going through this for many years now. This goes all the way back to like 2013 when I left Alaska. And I was beginning to feel, even before that, that there was, this spiritual Camille that I wanted to integrate into my work. And how could I integrate these Camilles together? The CC and this other Camille, the spiritual Camille and the rock and roller. Like, there's been this active awareness of a need to integrate all of myself unto myself for quite some time. However, there's something about this realization that's just incredible. This understanding that this has been an identity that I have clung to and I have fought for. I got to bring this forward. This is who I am. I'm not giving this up. And the thing of it is that it's not about giving it up. It's not necessarily about the identity as much as it's about my attachment to the identity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I am who I am, right? I mean, it's not about that, but rather my attachment to seeing myself as being limited through this particular expression. And so once the genie's out of the bottle, man, you can't stuff it back in. So this is a very profound time in my life. Right now, today, this revelation, this awareness, and this willingness to move with this and to see this as good and powerful and exactly what it is I said I wanted. I called this out in February. I said in the video that I submitted to Kyle Cease for the last flow group, I said two things. I want to live from my heart all the time. And I said, I know what my gifts and talents are, but I'm curious about what hasn't yet emerged and what is seeking to emerge. I said in that video, I'm wondering about the gifts and talents that I don't know that I have, that have been laying dormant in me. That's what I'm calling out. Well, this is what's happening. I had no idea at the time what that really was all about and what I was doing. But I have a sense of it now, and it's big, and it's amazing, and it's profound, and it's real. So I just can't encourage you enough to be in your practices, whatever it is that unhooks you from the world of effects, whatever it is that removes you from the headlines and the news, whatever it is that takes you out of those conversations where people are just regurgitating all that is not good, all that is seemingly bad. Remove yourself. Take a break. Go for a walk. Get your feet on Mother Earth. Get out into the woods, the beach, a hike, something for your soul. Begin to ask what it is within you that's seeking to emerge. Have the courage and the willingness to be mindful of any stories that don't serve you anymore, of any identities that you're clinging to out of fear. I get it. It is courageous work. But I can't imagine any other work to do. I'm going to go to a bar here in Dumont and see if they still need some help. I was too sick yesterday to go, but I feel better today, and I'm going to go. I never thought in a million years this would be what I would be doing right now, June 3rd, 2017, at 55. But you know what? It's exactly what I'm doing, and I'm totally okay with it.